All right, so it's time. Now it's 6:31 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you very much, everyone, to join this free event hosted by Flutter Ottawa group, Meetup group. From this page, everyone can see Flutter Meetup Ottawa is part of the Google Flutter Meetup network. So currently in this network, we had 143 groups around the world, and Ottawa Meetup is one of them. My name is Yufeng Chen. I'm the organizer for this group. So today I will be speaker to present the event, talk about Flutter with Google Antigravity tool. So I'm not sure how many people know Dart programming language or Flutter framework. So Dart is a programming language, just looks like C, C Sharp, Java, Python. Yeah, it's a very generic used programming language. Flutter actually is a framework to build cross-platform application. So as of today, Flutter can build a mobile app, including Android and iOS. Also can build Windows application, Linux desktop application, and Mac OS desktop application. So looks at cover all of them. Yeah. So today, we will talk about this, how make Flutter application. You don't need to do any coding, actually use a tool. Okay. So this is the purpose. Yeah, thank you very much. Before I start, I just let you know, same as all other Flutter Meetup event, we use a Google Meet, so that's has a recorder already in. So if anyone feel uncomfortable for this recording, please let me know. Yeah. Probably they will share to our YouTube channel. All right. So if you haven't used anti-gravity, actually you can go to here. You just search Google anti-gravity. Yeah. So you can download and you can install. So currently, actually for Mac OS and Windows are very mature. Yeah. Today I use Windows, so I already download and already install. So this is one. Yeah. So when you open that one, you will see this interface. So what's Google Anti-Gravity? Actually, is agent first IDE. So actually this page, this application forked from the Microsoft VS Code. So all the operating and the process is exactly like VS Code. Yeah. So for this tool, it doesn't only suggest how to code, they also plan execute terminal command lines and use a built-in browser to verify the work. Yeah, it's a very powerful tool. When you open that one, you see, okay, here is you can list all the projects you built, and this is the main window, and you can type your prompt here. Also, you can open this one. You can open Agent Manager. So when you open the Agent Manager, actually you can see here and here is the same. Is the same. So when everything you type in here, actually the same here. Yeah. So today, because for the demo purpose, open the two window on two screens is too fancy. So I just close that one. So everything will handle from here. Yeah. So when we start coding, maybe first since everyone may think about, oh, I need to learn this language. Definitely you need, no matter which tool you will use. And but how deep, how familiar with this language before you start coding in the past, definitely you need lots of skills. But as today, with this anti-gravity tool, actually you don't need that one. Because today, what you need is not thinking about how to code, how to tap the, the code. More things you need to think about how this app looks like. That's different thinking. Yeah. In the past, you need to know all the grammars, all syntax, all the keywords in this program language, but today you don't need it. You just need to think about what this app or what your app looks like. Yeah. So they had a fourth key pillars to use this tool to change your way from coding to orchestrating to different way. First one, you need to define the context and your goal. Second one, you can tell the tool which kind of technical stacks you want to use. You say, yeah, use Flutter, use Dart, use Python, or use whatever, anything, Node.js. Yeah. And also you can tell them what the user interface looks like. Just use the natural language. So then last one, you can tell this tool what's the definition of done. Done, that means what's your goal? What's the finish line of this application? Yeah. So this is the key things. So today, um, I will use a demo to present this idea. Yeah. So the demo is we want to create a called smart to-do app. Yeah. So I already created this prompt and I just show here. And I hope everyone can see that one. So first one, you need to tell anti-gravity which kind of app you want there. You say, okay, project called Smart To Do. And then you can say, oh, is the AI ready in the future? And you also can tell them all operations and, and code are saved in the folder of. Actually, you can see here, I already created this folder called Smart To Do. Right now it's empty. Smart To Do. So just to give this tool more clear direction where to go. Otherwise, they may go somewhere you don't want it. Yeah. So then you say, what's the objective? The objective for this tool, for this app, is build a simple cross-platform Flutter app to imagine to-do list. That's what. But you have some key things you want to tell them. You say, okay, I want this smart. What means smart? Actually is two-way. One is rule-based suggestion. So another is in the future that will be the large language model-based suggestion. But no matter what, you tell them, okay, this is a clean abstraction layer for suggestion logic. So they know, okay, this is things they need to remember, otherwise they will go somewhere you don't want. So there's the key features. You have to tell the tool what's the key features. So the key features, you say, okay, to-do list, including add task, mark task as complete, delete task, and display all the tasks in the UI. And also you want has a little bit of smart mode. So when you tap something, they can suggest you another 3 related tasks. So just build task more quickly. And also we talk about the rule-based. Say, okay, the example is if I want, say, the task, mass task is buy grocery. So then they will tell you, okay, maybe check your fridge, plan the meal, and write shopping list. Actually, this all related by grocery. If you want to say, okay, I do the exercise, then say, okay, you need to stretch, drink some water, and track workout, whatever looks like. So currently, actually, the rule-based is hardcore. And in the future, because it's called smart, you want to use large language model involved. That will give you dynamic suggestion. Okay. And so the AI ready, but today we don't build that one. You just say you need that one in the future to build that. So the summary, we talk about the 4 pillars. We mentioned the Flutter application. Yeah, what's the goal? What the UI looks like. So now you say, okay, for the UI, there must be the Material 3 design. Actually, this is for Android, for Windows. Yeah, but if you want to go iOS, you can have more Cappuccino design. You can say a material design for Android, Cappuccino for iOS. Yeah, you can like that one. And you also tell this tool, the actual agent, yeah, agent editor, minimal and clean layout. And you just checkbox list. Here is the key because for Flutter, they have many state managements, philosophy, or methodology. Just to make this Flutter is more complex. So, but river port today looks like simplest way. So you just tell them, okay, you use this one, river port. And where you see the data, you say, okay, local, uh, local, just the save local, not remote database. Yeah. And the navigation is just a single screen. One screen handle all of them. And yeah, so you can tell them all the things. And then output you build that. So right now, looks like everything's good, but build application, you don't need finish 100% perfect. No, the process is iterated. Yeah. So let's go. This is live. I'm not sure the result. Okay, and before that one, just mention use the anti-gravity. You can use a free Google account, but if you want to get more tokens, for your very complex application, you can upgrade your account, Google account, to different plan. Yeah. But for if you just want to try, free Google Gmail account is enough. All right, let's go. So you can see. Then they will say, okay, generation. They say, okay, what's going on here? Actually, they have the thinking, right? And what it looks like. So they say, okay, the DIR, this one, actually already create. You can see already create that one. And so I can reject. Say, I have created the folder called smart to do. Use it. Yeah, you just say, okay. Yeah, this is okay. We know. Then they will go create Flutter application and they will call MCP. Yeah. So actually the remote tool, how to create that one. So you look at this part. They already create and generate all the code here. They also give you task. You can see, okay, so build this application, build based on the master prompt you enter. They already create a task. So now they execute the first task and they're still working on. Yeah. So you don't need to fully understand what the Flutter is. you just know, okay, Flutter framework can build cross-platform application, and then they just working with you. And so now it's a step by step, and you also can see the detail what they build. Yeah, actually, they build these whole things for you. Call all those tool to build that part. Yeah. So now there's a okay. I have task, and first one is create Flutter project. They already create. It's done. So they checked. Second one is a okay. To do that one, I have the implementation plan. Before you go, you proceed this one, you can review. Right? You can review. You say, okay, what the system tell you? Say, okay, the view create a to-do Dart file and the defined ID title is complete and phrase. Yeah. But if you have a different question, you say, okay, I need another one. I say, uh, time, time stamp. Yeah, you say, okay, I need a timestamp. So it's you add here, so they will get more. And you say, okay, do all the other things. You say, how do I implement the rule base? Because they already mentioned in the master prompt. So that's that one. And then we'll go verify everything's okay. Because I add my one comment, so you can send. Just uh, tell them update this plan. Yeah. So they think about okay. So you can see they already add something you ask. Yeah. So if everything's good, you look at the task and everything's good, you can see let's proceed. Just work on start. So the first one, they will create all the subfolders. And here you can choose always run or ask every time. I always use ask every time because sometimes I don't want this agent to do something. I want to do one. So I can control the process. So this is why I choose ask every time. This is default. You can run. They will create all the subfolders. You can see here. Yeah. And they also generate all the files. Yeah, generate files. And during this work, they also thinking, do something. Yeah, so now they want, say, are there any conflicts? Say, okay, right. So they will verify something you already built. They will do the work. So you can see the code already generated, but it's not fully finished. They still have some error here. Yeah, you can wait. You don't need rush to fix by yourself. You don't need to do that one. So they will working on their own way. Also here you can see how many models you can choose. Gemini 3 Flash is more generous. You can use more token. And the Pro High looks like today's GPT 5.3. Yeah. And you also can use the Clove. But I test the token is very limited. You need to pay more. So now they can say, okay, let's compile this whole things to make sure uh, process okay. So that's taken a long time because they need to build, right? So in the past, when you code, you need to type everything. Now you don't need, you just look at, and you can drink some coffee if you want. But most time you need to sitting here because they will ask you more command line if you want to or not. Yeah. So yeah, so you can see the create model already, the create the service. still continue. And now they build the main application. So you can see they tell you what's the step. It looks at a syncing process, right? And what the home page looks like. So now for the main page, yeah. So by default, when you create the Flutter, they give you a hello world. Now they already changed to your way. Yeah. So now they say, okay, you can run these things as a Windows application. You also can run as browser. For me, is just run as Windows. So we will see the Windows. Looks like the Windows native application, yeah, because we didn't choose any device here. Yeah. So they choose Windows. Yeah. But you can say, okay, I want to build a web-based application and run in Chrome. Yeah. So they start to build your application and same times, let me close this whole thing. Then you can see the task. So they already add all the dependencies, create this layer, and already start implement state management. So now they are working on this UI implementation. They still keep going. Yep. And so they run as, yeah, so they found some error and they fix. So you can see when they run that one during the process, they found some error, they will fix that part. So then they say, okay, let's try again. And you can try again. So this tool actually integrate lots of things. Yeah, you can see what they changed. Before we see the arrow in the past, now they don't have arrow. So you just run. Yeah, so this by default they use the debug mode. Actually, if you don't want to use that way, you can go here and you can run from here. Yeah. Here is they just tell you application automatically detects. So they found some error and you can see they use this Linux way, right? It doesn't work for Windows, so they change the command line to this way. It's quite smart. It's quite smart. So okay, so they clean all things that they built and rebuild process from scratch. And at the same time, actually, you can accept the change if you want. Yeah. And so this one is okay. Say okay, this code, even though you just look at, looks like it makes sense. Because we say it creates very abstractive interface. So they build that one. Say yes. So they still compile. Yeah, so for this home page, yeah, probably there's still some error here. So they will fix. Just wait because after they compile everything's done, and they will remove all the errors if they are not there. Okay, so they are waiting for the results. Waiting for the result. But anytime you can cancel the process. Yeah, so you can see so far, before we had error here, now the system already done. And they may have this one. You just run. If the due the error, system will find that problem. Otherwise, it's not. So they run the application. They're still waiting for the result. Yeah. Close those open file. See the task. Yeah, so now they're already working on that part. They're still going. So based on the task, they will do one by one, continue. So now they analyze this file. And so you can see the arrow in this page is gone because they already found problem they fixed. So let's run the last again. All right, so they continue to work on this build process. And you can see the build. Here they just working on the one they generate all things for Windows. Yeah. You know, when you build Windows application, actually your local need installed Microsoft Visual Studio. Yeah. And so they will actually use that one. It looks like when you build Mac OS, you need to install the X code on your OS. Yeah. So they're still working on the build process always takes some time. Yeah. Yeah, so look at, so they already have the exe file. That's a good sign. And yeah, so they already built this application. This is the, for me, is I didn't write any piece of code. I just gave the master uh, on and to build this application. The application is launched and they continue to work to see are there any change. This continue to work, they continue to work. But now you can try and just say, okay, add one task, say, uh, buy grocery. Add it. Yeah, so they add that one. If you already, yeah, so you can see that's when it's, you add that one. And you can see I finish. When you finish, they automatically cross through. Yeah. And if not finished, you can come back. And then you see review go. This is your way. I'll plan tomorrow. Like that way. Okay. And yeah, so I think that this is a very simple app. Just show the ability how anti-gravity can work. And they are still continue to work to add more things based on your requirement. And because this in the backend is still running and they launch another user interface that way. And we just continue. So you can see they add more rules. Now it don't have rule, right? It's just buy grocery, just buy grocery. But now you can see they add time when we add the task. Yeah. And here they still continue to work at all the rules. So when they finish, they will have all the function as we require. Same time, actually, if you have more requirement or you change your mind, actually you can go here, you stop here, you say, I have the more requirement, or I have a different requirement, and just let the tool know, and then you can continue. Yeah. All right. So any questions so far? Uh, yeah. So if not, I think that today's session is 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 uh is there. We just present this whole process, and I wish everyone you can go home to practice if you like this tool, because currently this is a free tool, and you use your Google account, log in, and you will get a free token you can try. And actually, that one is so far. Lots of people talk about the cloud, uh, but for me, it's a cursor or other things. But I think for me, it's this is yeah. Oh, okay. So I think that's a good question. And the first one is, uh, how did you come up with the master plan? Very good question. Um, for me, is before I start the session, actually I ask Gemini, and it's for Gemini. You can go here, yeah, and I have a lot of questions, but this is today's question, right? Yeah. So this today's question, I said I will do the session for this purpose, and could you give me some idea? Then I had a more talk with the Gemini. Actually, you see the behind the scene. You can go here actually. From here, you just say, I want to build something. Tell me some idea before you implement. They will do the same thing because the engine from here and here is the same. The only difference is that you choose a Flash. Here is only, you can see fast is Flash. They just use different terminology. And the thinking is high. Yeah, thinking is high. And so the pro actually is more for math or something. Yeah. And but if you want to do coding here, you may choose this one. Or you can use the Ultra. Ultra is $399 per month. Looks like you can use the Gemini Unlimited. Yeah. And I know someone 1 month you use almost 100 billion tokens. That you need 399 plan. If you don't go that crazy, uh, now it's okay. It's not, I'm just use a plus plan. It's $13 more per month. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's a good question. Any other questions? Yeah, if not, thank you very much. Oh, there. How about tests? That's a good idea. And after this finish done, you can see, uh, could you write unit tests for this app? So then when they finish, you manually test seems okay. Then you can ask, do all the unit tests. So they will write all the code under the test folder. They will create tests and do all the unit tests for you. And then you can verify it's okay, it's not okay. Yeah, it's up to you. Yeah. So then you can continue. Oh, because they're still working on the part. Look at this plan, and they create a workthrough. So now they launched that one, and They said user step. Oh, they want me to do that one. I said, okay. They just want to know what's the process they have. Yeah. So now I said, okay, they had the file change. I said, okay. So now looks at app is done. Yeah. App's done. They tell you actually walkthrough is your manual test plan. Just go there step by step and see what it looks like. Yeah. And if I close that one, I said, okay, when you go the main and you can run that one, right? And because we already built Windows, so just choose Windows. So they will launch the one. And here, same time, you say, okay, just write the unit test for me. They will continue. Yeah. So that part actually is above your master plan. Master plan is just initial plan. It's not a finished part. Does publish app install? Uh, they are not automatically. You need to do your own work. Yeah, but you can ask them. You can ask, I have my, oh, let me see. They are still working on this is a cost conflict. You need to finish all the random part. Okay, let's go back there. Does this publish the app on App Store or Google Play? It's not automatically. You can ask them and say, I have my production key for Android. What's the step I need to do? They will tell you exactly what to do. And they also will update your uh, for Android. They will have this file. They will polish your file and also set up a key here. Yeah, in this part. Right now it's a use a debug mode, right? But if you want to publish, you need your real key. So now they still continue to work on that one. Yeah. Okay. Same things for Apple Store. But if you want to do anything related to the iOS, you cannot use Windows. You need to have your either MacBook or Mac Mini or Mac desktop. Yeah. So everything is a Mac, is Apple based. Yeah. So that's what you need. And anything more? Okay. Sure. Close the parts and all right, that's great. And if we don't have any more questions, I'm very glad everyone joined this session. I hope it's useful for you. And yeah, thank you. And good evening, because this is all of our local time. If you are from otherwhere, good morning, good afternoon. Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone. Hope we see you next time. Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye bye.